Accounts payable is a manual process by design. Invoices don't usually arrive cleanly or consistently. They arrive in the accounts payable inbox where someone is usually in charge of keeping track until, well, they're no longer there. Smaller companies with less resources often have someone watching the accounts payable mailbox. That's why I built an accounts payable invoice workflow. Let's quickly go over the logic behind the workflow. First, this process will always run in the background listening for new emails to arrive in the accounts payable shared mailbox. It will filter it to see whether or not it contains a PDF attachment because invoices usually arrive with a PDF. If it doesn't contain a PDF, for example, if it's an image, it'll ignore it and the script will end and it will always be listening still for PDF attachments. When a PDF attachment arrives, it will save it. It will save the PDF in SharePoint. For me, I have this folder structure here called automation, invoices, incoming. Every invoice that arrives will be saved here. For you, you can save it wherever you like. Secondly, once it receives that PDF, it will update a list called APQ, which is here. It will save the invoice name and it will set the status to pending. It will also have an easy link for you to be able to view that invoice. Once the APQ list has been updated, an email will be sent to somebody, whoever you put in charge to approve or reject invoices. Once that happens, if it's either rejected or approved, then the process will mark the invoice as approved or rejected. It will also take that invoice and store it into either approved or rejected. We can also go further into this and add a folder with dates. So as it saves it, it creates a folder based on the date that it is, and it saves it in that folder. If it was rejected, it'll move the file to rejected at the end. If it is approved, it'll update the APQ to approve, and it'll move the folder. We can also send an email to notify whoever would like that this was approved. Maybe to someone, maybe to the owner or the manager, like, hey, I've approved this invoice. Please proceed with payment. Let's put it to the test. I've attached multiple invoices so you can see how it will process that information. And right after we receive the email, I will receive another message that says to either approve or deny invoice 1. Let's say I did not know what invoice 1 was. If I check in my APQ, that invoice should be located here into the list queue that I have. It will set it to pending. It will have the invoice name. It should also have a link for me to view, to be able to view that invoice. To be able to click on it, view it, analyze it. Okay, I think this invoice is right. That service was performed. I think I can approve it. If that link isn't working for some reason and you would also like to see it, you can go into SharePoint, go to your incoming folder, and that same invoice will be located in the same place that we stored it. Now that we've verified that this invoice is working, let's approve it. We're gonna fast forward to when I've actually approved all of the remaining ones. Okay, perfect. I've rejected 2 and 3 and the remaining were approved. So if we checked in our incoming folder, it should be empty because we have nothing else incoming. And approved, there should be all the approved invoices. And then rejected, all of the rejected should be in there. Naturally, the next question is, Mario, how much does it cost? It's free. Send me an email or message if you like the template. I will also deliver it to you with instructions for how to modify it in order for it to work in your environment, because some things have to change. For example, your email, your folder structures, etc. You can also download it from my website for free. All right. Hopefully this helps. Thank you for watching. Peace.